All right, guys, you've made it to the end of chapter 1. You've made it through the unraveling. I hope you've really enjoyed the videos. I hope you've gotten something out of them. As I said, I hope they've just stirred up enough excitement, motivation, clarity, awareness, maybe a few feel like punches to the chest of pieces of ownership you've needed to take. But I hope you've gotten something out of it. That's all I really hope with this, and hopefully, we've started to unravel your situation and kind of put everything out on the table and get you to the point where you're like, yeah, I can do this. I know I need to do this, and I'm fucking ready to do this. Like that's where I hope you're at. So in this video, I just basically wanted to run you through what's next, how the academy works from here, what your next step is if you're wanting to progress. Okay, so yeah, it's up to you what you want to do next, right? You can watch all these videos and I can literally never ever hear from you, and you can go on your way, right? You can go back to exactly what you've been doing, not take any of this advice on, and continue to suppress the work you know you need to do, right? Probably going to happen for some of you, and that's fine. Maybe you're just not ready to commit further. Maybe you just can't. Maybe it's not the right time. Whatever it is, and that's fine. That's really all good. We'll be here when you are ready. But hopefully, if you don't want to continue on, you at least take what I've sort of spoken about here and start to think about what we've gone through and start to make some changes yourself. That's all I can really hope for, right? You can still stop. I can still never hear from you, and you can go out and implement what you've learned in these videos and do things on your own. Maybe you got that missing piece. Maybe I said something that sparked something. You're like, oh, this makes sense, and maybe you're able to work through it and reach where you want to reach, right? Hopefully that's where you got to as well. And if that's the case, then that's sweet too. Well, for some of you, you can dive into chapter 2 of the academy, and that's where things really, really start getting fun, right? So chapter 2 is called the blueprint, right? So we've just unraveled everything. We've gained some awareness and some clarity. The blueprint is where we really start to dive into this even further and start to create a plan of attack for you to not only help you get rid of your body dysmorphia, love who you see in the mirror, feel better about yourself, but just start to improve your life as a whole. Like, as you'll start to understand, yes, this is a body dysmorphia thing, but this goes, and this is something my clients say as well, they're not expecting, I guess, where we go, but it's like we are addressing a lot more than just the body, right? As I said to you at the start, I want you guys to live the best possible fucking life ever. And for us to get you there, we need to look at more than just the body. All right. And that's what we start to do a lot more in the blueprint. So we take the awareness and clarity you've received during these 4 videos and form your specific solution and blueprint to finally overcome your body dysmorphia and live a limitation-free life. So it's a lot more of the inner world work stuff, right? There is the ability to have a training program written for you. So I'll get to that in a sec. But the intention is to leave chapter 2 with a complete dream Bible, so you never lack direction, purpose, or motivation again. So this is an incredible resource that basically breaks down all different parts of your life that we go through and have you map out how you want everything to be, who you want to be, your relationships, your lifestyle, your body, your career, etc., etc., etc. Right? This is, once you do this, you don't ever tell me you lack direction, motivation, purpose ever again. Right? This is an incredible resource, and we go through this a lot in chapter 2. You'll have an understanding of basic mindset principles to gain even more control over your thoughts and your inner world. So again, we didn't even really scratch the surface of the mindset stuff that we go throughout the rest of the academy, but we start to dive into that a little bit more. So you can start to understand why you think the way you do, how our brain starts to operate, how we can start to take control of our thoughts, of our feelings, of our emotions to actually direct us towards where we want to go, right? And that's what's so important about the Dream Bible is once you have that picture of where you want to go, it's like, cool, let's start getting everything in place. Let's lay the foundation. And that's what chapter 2 is, right? It's continuing to build this foundation, to build you into a version of yourself that is then capable of going out and creating it. It's getting rid of all this doubt, all these limitations you've been living with for so long, so you can create your dream body. You can attract in your soulmate or improve the relationship you're in. You can live a better lifestyle, make more money, whatever it might be, right? That's where we really start to dive into that. You'll leave with a level of trust and belief in yourself that your life is about to change. At the end of the blueprint, you'll just be like, yeah, this is like this is a foregone conclusion. Like, things are going to change. I'm already seeing them change. I'm already feeling differently about myself. This is like, I'm fucking excited to be living, right? And you'll leave that and just be ready to fucking go, right? It's a really great place to be. You have a newfound confidence in and out of the gym because you'll be seeing yourself differently. You'll be talking to yourself differently. You'll see yourself making these changes that allow you to show up in the gym differently, and you'll stop worrying about judgment so much. You'll stop giving a fuck who's there. You'll just do you, because you've got a mission to undertake here, right? You've got a life to create, a body to create, and you don't have time to worry about not being confident, right? So you have that, and you have a newfound relationship with the mirror, and you'll love who you see looking back at you, right? We're going to do a lot of work around mirror stuff in the blueprint, because yeah, guys, at the end of the day, if you don't love who you see in the mirror, if you can't look at yourself in the eye in the mirror without being uncomfortable and looking away and feeling disgusted, forget about it. Forget about it. If you can't do that, then think about what message that's sending you. You just don't believe you're capable of achieving anything. You can't even look at yourself in the eye, so how can anyone else? Right? This is about, a big part of chapter 2 is really repairing the relationship you have with yourself, so you can actually go out and build what you want, right? That's the intention of it. That's the blueprint we're creating. It's you. You are the blueprint, right? You need to be able to go out and execute everything that you need to do, right? To build this life, to build this body, to have these relationships, all right? And again, these are just 5 dot points. There's a lot more we're going to be going through, but that's the gist of what the intention is, okay? Now, how it works. So it's basically only a 4-week thing, right? It's a 4-week container, and it's all done through a Facebook community. So basically how it works is you jump in, we've got our Facebook community. First of all, that's great because you're going to be able to connect with other people in the academy, make friends, follow each other on Insta, and build some connections with like-minded people going through the same stuff and have that really positive support network. So that alone is going to be incredibly worth it, right? So you'll be in this Facebook group. Every Monday, I drop basically a video exactly like this. They'll be longer though. These have all been around the 20-minute mark. They'll be a lot longer. They'll be in a lot more depth and detail, probably 30 to 45 minutes, maybe a bit longer, where I really dive into specific topics, right? So I drop one of those every Monday for 4 weeks. So you get 4 total. And as I said here, potentially some bonus videos depending on what comes up. Right? It's basically like, cool, whatever you guys need within the parameters of how I want the blueprint to go, I'll give you what you need. All right. So every Monday you get a new video, and then once a week, probably going to do it on like a Wednesday or Thursday night, I will put up a post the day before where you're going to write any questions you have, any comments, anything you want me to talk about in depth. It can be literally anything. You're going to put them up, and then I'm going to do a live in the group every week. And if you're around, like ideally you'll be around, you can jump on and communicate with me back and forth, ask me questions, ask for more clarity, and it'll be kind of like a mentoring session back and forth. It can be specific to you, it can be more widespread stuff, but you're basically getting access to me once a week, right? And we can go over stuff. You can ask questions about, something I've been through in that week's tutorial. You can ask me something about something that's come up for you. You can just, we can have a back and forth about something that's really getting you down, right? It's whatever you guys need it to be. That's what that Q&A will be. And I'm happy to stay on there for as long as I need to, really. Like hour and a half, 2 hours, like that is not out of the question. Like whatever you need, we'll make sure we get through everything. And we'll do that 4 times, once a week across the 4 weeks. And you also have the option to have a 4-week training program done for you as well by me. Because as I said, we're still not, it's not necessarily training nutrition coaching yet. This is still like, I need you to be at a certain level. And maybe you've already got a training and nutrition program. Maybe you're working with a coach, and all this stuff we're doing is going to help you execute that better. But again, we can talk about that more individually as to what you need. All right. So within that 4 weeks, it's going to be a fucking jam-packed 4 weeks. Like it is go, 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 go. It is, I'm a big believer in not making things last longer than they need to be. Right, 4 weeks is plenty for what we're going to do, but you've got to be fucking on. You've got to be like watching that video when it comes out, or at least the next day, going to be taking notes, like asking questions. Like you can get so much out of these 4 weeks because I'm going to be there at your fucking disposal. It's up to you how you want to use me. Right? So yeah, there's going to be a lot that you're going to be able to get from that if you choose to do that. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically how it's all going to work. As for the cost, so it's going to be 1.5k, so $1,500 up front, or there's 2 payment plan options. You can do 6 weekly payments of $250 or 12 weekly payments of $125. Again, I wanted to give some options here. So that's, yeah, for the 4 weeks. If there's, you want to talk about another arrangement, whatever, just let me know. But ideally, those are the options that you will pick from, and that will give you access to everything within those 4 weeks: the Facebook group, the 4 videos, the lives, the training program if you choose to take that up. And yeah, that's basically how it is going to work. All right, so that is the next step, guys. That is the next part of the academy. I'll save what chapter 3 is for after, because again, that's something we go through at the end of chapter 2, and it's basically just like the final step, right? This is chapter 2 is like, cool, I've got the blueprint now, I've got a lot more clarity and awareness, and I'm feeling a lot better, and now I'm really ready to really knuckle down into this. It's sort of different parts of your journey. All right, so if you are wanting to jump into the blueprint, into chapter 2, drop down below. There'll be an application form below this video. Fill that out and I'll be in touch. If you've got any questions about it, message me and ask me, and we can have a bit of a conversation about it. I'm happy to jump on a phone call. But yeah, guys, like, if you've made it this far and you've been enjoying what we've been talking about and it's been resonating, and this is just something you need to do, like, do it. Like, don't blink. Like, I want people like you in there that are ready to, stop letting body dysmorphia fucking control them. Right, that's what I want, and I promise you, if you commit and you follow what we talk about, and you ask questions, and you really commit to this, you will no longer be controlled by it. I guarantee you. All right, so yeah, head down below, apply, message me if you need to, and last but not least, thank you very much for getting to the end of these 5 videos. I appreciate you taking the time. As I said, I hope you've gotten something out of this. I hope you found it impactful. Any feedback you can give me would be awesome. If you really want to help out, a short testimonial, just how you found this process, would mean a lot to me, and really, really help me for future intakes. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in chapter 2. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and we'll speak to you soon.